Ciao a tutti. Hey everyone, King here.
I'm your king!
Well, I didn't vote for you!
Today I'm setting up on a nice safe vantage point above the battle-torn trenches of Isonzo to do some spotting and to tell you about one of my favorite classes, the Mountaineer. Despite the name, this class isn't really about climbing mountains. It's actually a hybrid scout support sniper class. But classes in Isonzo have specific perks that tie you into the type of role you're supposed to play on the battlefield. Officers give orders and lead the charge. Marksmen make additional holes in the enemy from a distance. Infantry get caught in a death loop charging up the same hill. So on the surface, it would seem the Mountaineer class is just for spotting, but in reality, it has the unique ability to bridge the gap of all the individual playstyles that Isonzo players bring to the game. The Mountaineer class caters to the casual player, sweaty hardcore player, and everyone in between. Even the most laid-back gamer can pick this class and wind up with their mustachioed soldier on the endgame highlight screen and their name at the top of the scoreboard. So grab your ice axe, rechamber your rifle, and let's climb over the top right into this video. First off, let's talk about the Mountaineer class. There's already loads of how to play the Mountaineer guides that break down each of the secondary slots and perks. But to summarize, the main advantage the Mountaineer brings to your team is the ability to spot the enemy and ping them so your team can see their exact position. This can be done by direct spotting with your binoculars or periscope, or by indirect spotting with your flare pistol. But not all Mountaineer builds are based on spotting alone. Some builds may have you sprinting up the sidelines of the battle to wreak havoc on the enemy sitting on the point, or another might have you playing the counter sniper, finding where a marksman is hidden and swiftly air raiding their brain matter. The Mountaineer class is so versatile that you can run it no matter what playstyle you bring to the fight. Now if you're a cozy gamer, PvE champion, or just wear enough deodorant to keep the sweat at bay, you might be wondering why you should even pick up Isonzo and play the Mountaineer class. Well, this build is just about the easiest way to play the game, and here's how to get started. First off, like starting out with all other classes, just play the game using the class for a bit. Do the first challenges to learn how it works, and start learning the maps. You'll need to complete the first challenge, Spotting 1, in order to unlock the periscope and flare pistol. From here, you now have the inherent ability to change the game from a chemical-breathing, PTSD-inducing trench slog into a cozy, low-stress, bird-watching simulator. The most important key to finding this World War I serenity is akin to the old real estate saying, location, location, location. You'll want to find a nice safe vantage point that looks upon the enemy. Finding a spot within your own zone, shown on the minimap in blue, will ensure your spotting won't be interrupted by a bayonet to the back of the head. The other crucial part is having cover. The periscope, by design, gives you the ability to spot the enemy without exposing a single feather nestled in your capello alpino. If where you are standing has no line of sight to the enemy, then that is potentially a safe place to set up. Look at your feet, build your periscope. The viewport of the periscope should be safely hidden behind cover, while the rabbit ears should peek above your cover. You may need to play around with your exact positioning. The game doesn't allow you to build if the terrain is too uneven or if it's too close to another object like a command table or a machine gun emplacement. Elevation is your friend when picking a good location to place your periscope. The higher you build, the greater the vantage point you'll have over the battlefield to spot enemies. Now that you're set up, it's time to do your job. Help your team by spotting as many enemies as you can. If you pair up with a friendly marksman or machine gunner, you can even be their designated spotter. All you have to do is hold left click, move your mouse over groups of enemies, and watch your points rack up. You don't even have to fire a single bullet if you don't want to. Now, don't get me wrong, this definitely isn't the most exciting way to play Isonzo. You pitch a tent, you break out the hot dogs, cause you're camping for a while. I've played a few matches where I decided all I was going to do is spot. Due to how many points are awarded to Mountaineers for spotting alone, I would find myself at the top part of the scoreboard and even getting the highest support score of the match. all by sitting there doing nothing and holding left click. This playstyle is also not a guaranteed win for your team, or a placement at the top of the scoreboard. If you find you have a crummy position for spotting, or the enemy team keeps taking your objectives, you're going to find yourself running around the back line a lot, building over and over again, and really not contributing much to your team at all. Alright, I can already hear the clacking of the keyboards, the heavy breathing, and the swamp ass ruminating through my screen. That was too boring or even frustrating for you to be recommended that someone should even contemplate a camping-based playstyle. Then let's talk about how the Mountaineer can be the class that gets your heart pumping. If you come from a gaming background of intense firefights, second-by-second strategizing, and using weapons that get the in-game chat raging, then put on your sweatpants, because the Mountaineer has a build for you. After you reach level 15 and complete the Reconnaissance 1 challenge, you'll unlock the infamous Ice Axe, a one-tap killing machine, and paired with a light infantry perk, granting you increased movement speed, you'll be charging over the tops of trenches, dodging bullets, and diving headfirst into heaps of enemies. The Ice Axe is for those who want to murder whole squads, clear contested points, and leave a blood-soaked trail of body parts in your wake. You'll have to relinquish your support responsibilities of the Mountaineer class, but in return, you'll become public enemy number 1. What you need to really use this build right is situational awareness, map knowledge, and timing. This kit will still have you sporting whatever mountaineering rifle you fancy most to close the gap to your point of attack. You'll be getting on the point faster thanks to your increased movement speed, and you're proceeding to launch yourself at a hopefully unsuspecting enemy. The point of this build is to find that sweet spot where you can flank around or behind the enemy at any given point and lay waste to everyone in sight. Picking your approach and timing is crucial. You want the element of surprise to maximize the effectiveness of this build. The main crux of running in this way is that once you're charging through with your Ice Axe, you're only one shot away from your kill streak being ended. Be fast, move unpredictably, and be where your carnage can be most effective. With this hyper-aggressive playstyle, you might not make the top of the scoreboard unless you really can consistently get the jump on the enemy. You'll more than likely be stuck in a death loop, chasing the high of that 10 melee kill streak you got last game. But you will be playing the objective, because that's where your victims ought to be. And that's more than many players can ask for in most matches of Isonzo. But you may get the highlight of most melee kills here and there. Fair warning, it can be overpowered at times. But when you're on a time crunch of a point being capped by the enemy, and you want to feel like not the hero your team needs, but the hero your team deserves, then remember.
Swing away, Meryl. Meryl. Swing away.
So maybe you're not a sweat lord or a cozy game casual. For those of you in between, I'd recommend a blending of the two playstyles. At the start of the match, really take on your spotting responsibilities. Set up periscope, spot for your team, send out spotting flares, start taking shots. When you spot a marksman or officer, use the blip you just place over their head to swiftly pop out of cover and gift them a well-placed bullet between their eyes. You see, the Mountaineer really excels at counter-sniping. Even with iron sights, the red blip can really help you line up shots at great distances. You'll quickly become a guardian angel of the battlefield, taking out dangerous targets and spotting the rest of the enemy force. Setting up with eyes over an objective can help you repel an offensive push or spot an approaching squad. And when you see that your buddies could use some extra boots on the ground, make a mad dash for that objective. You get taken out, you can redeploy with an Ice Axe and light infantry perk, and see to it that the objective gets cleared for capping or defending. Find the balance that works for you. Isonzo is all about exploring strategies and loadouts. Don't be afraid to mix it up. Try the different weapons, tools, and perks the Mountaineer has to offer. You're going to have more fun and win more games the more comfortable and flexible you get while playing as the Mountaineer or really any class. It doesn't matter the playstyle you bring to Isonzo, the Mountaineer class offers something for everyone. So now it's time for you to make your own mark on the battlefield, whether that's the blown apart remains in a foxhole or the rabbit ears of a periscope sticking out. If you made it this far, I so appreciate you watching this video. This is the first real guide I've made for YouTube and for Isonzo, a game I thoroughly enjoyed playing. Please let me know your thoughts and suggestions in the comments. If you really like the video, please consider liking and subscribing. I just hit 50 subscribers and look forward to making more content for y'all. For now, I'll see y'all in the trenches, one way or another. Take care.